Oops, let's go upstairs with this group.
What? Oh, yes. This library is the jewel in Cyseal's crown. The beacon of culture and learning in our fair city.
Okay.
My Victoria has every volume you could possibly imagine, and she's got every speck of information about this place packed into her brilliant brain. Yes, Victoria's come a long way from that little bundle of claws and teeth I adopted so long ago. Ah, it brings a tear to my eye just seeing her here among her beloved books. What? Oh, yes, yes. I'll be on my way back downstairs now. Please introduce yourself. I know Victoria will be happy to make your acquaintance.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll be looting. This is completely legal. Don't worry, guys. Key? Dum-de-dum. Golden fork and golden kitchen knife. Up. Trap disarm. Is this yes, it does open. Nice. And she's still there. So let's just read. Nice, new recipe. Use. There we go. Easy game, easy life. What? Talk to you.
Sauce hunter. Oh, what a sight for sore Cysealian eyes.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now.
What happened to Tom?
Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits.
Of course.
For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town.
Oh no.
That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
Yeah.
Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? In the name of Amun-Hor, I bid thee Tujda Geta Hal.
What?
Be welcome, human. My library is yours, as I hope your friendship is mine.
Trade. Oh, I don't think I have this one yet. Then again, up, up. Nice. Who are you?
I am Victoria, daughter of Mayor Cyseal. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The likeness isn't exactly striking, is it?
Not really.
When I was very young, you see, I must have been cast out by my tribe, for I was found in a wicker basket floating past Cyseal toward the sea. The fisherman who found me would have drowned me on the spot, for I am an orc after all. But praise be Amun-Hor, dear Cyseal was among the gathered crowd, and he took pity on the exiled infant that chance had put in his way. He raised me like I was his own, this kindest of souls, taught me the language of men, their customs and their letters. Thus, I became the city's librarian, a position I uphold with no small diligence and pride.
May I take books from the library?
Indeed you may. The wisdom I here hoard is yours to peruse and even take with you. All I can ask is that you return the books you borrow so that others may enjoy them too.
I'll take my leave. A sheet of paper. Fun with flutes. Cracking up a crowd.
What's that gleam?
see. Nothing in here, nothing in there. Can I? No. Oh, fun with fluids again. Venturous field guy.
Princess Buttercup with the blushing Fortune! Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she?
Can I? No, that's stealing. Oh shit. I did not intend to take that. Okay, let's get reading now then, for all the recipes. I've done this one already.
Will have to pay yet another fine.
He who smelts it. Wait, was that only one page? Yeah. Okay, I already have that one. Fun with fluids. Apes. Pirate's life. Goodbye, Cyseal. Oops, no. Fun with fluids again. Adventurous field guy. Cyseal. Play. Okay then.
Place this book here. A volume of poetry among novels.
Where are you? Let me give you back the books.
Turjageta, friend.
Okay. Is that all the books? Yeah. Oh shit, I should remember. Take my leave. Okay. Let's go downstairs. Okay, then. Right, we were going to go check out the scene of the crime. It is not a typical outfit for a librarian, no. Can I... Wait. I had an... Did I get rid of it, or did I already... Wait, sort by type. Shit, I think I got rid of it. Oops. No, here it is. Identify. What? Identify. It is... Yeah, it's strength, so... Okay. Let's try this one again. Oh, and boots. That's right, I found boots. Smelly boots. And they're quite good, actually. What does he have boots-wise? 11. 11. Okay, they're fine on boots as well. Okay, moving forward. Because we were looking into things here. Let's first talk to the cat.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Yes, please. Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Tell me about the ship.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it.
Well, I'm still happy you survived, Sam.
The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You were the only survivor?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
About Maxine.
Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
I have some other questions for you.
By all means.
What's your take on the undead?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Don't tell me how long I can live. Or like how many times I can live. I think is maybe a better way. Can you tell me more about the orcs?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
Okay, I'll... Kitty love. Headless sneak, what? Oh. Let's go. Okay. Let's see. Let's take the stone. What? Just checking everything out. No, nothing here. Painting of a rooster. Let's change the angle a bit. This is gonna take a while. Dum-de-dum. I forgot where the key is. But we can just smash it open anyways. I think I've never actually used the key. I usually find it later on. Okay, let's check. Letter from the Duke.
It's official. The Duke of Ferrol is the worst poet in Rivellon.
In his defense, not much rhymes with murder.
I could this one. And this one can go here. Read, dear Esme, your lips are red as emeralds, your hair is black as birch, your love is like cholesterol, and oh my heart, it hurts. I want to hold you in my arms and stroke your little head, and all this would be easier if Counselor Jake were dead. Forever yours, the D of F. I think it's very good.
And so we meet, adulterous harpy.
Oh, shut up,
She's
Jan.
guilty as sin.
You would have a more forgiving fuse.
Who are you?
Greetings, traveller, and may the Immaculate Conduit's myriad blessings comfort and cradle you. Tell me, have you yet heard the revelation?
Tell me about yourself.
What's in a name, dear friend? For we all begin equal in the conduit's eyes, and only through great deeds may enter into her inner ring.
Okay, so what's this revelation thing?
You mean you haven't heard?
No.
Oh, what fortune that I may share the goddess's salvation with one who has, as yet, been lost.
What?
Steel yourself, friend, for your mortal spirit could be forever transformed from this moment forth. The conduit, our link to the goddess herself, has given us a special gift, and the gift is thus. By following her instructions and becoming initiated into the one way, we can each of us live on for a span greater than the number of stars that twinkle within the goddess's right eye.
What? Tell me about the conduit.
She came from on high to we mortals and showed us the path to the goddess, where all living souls are naturally inclined.
I don't know exactly how long it is, but it is quite a few hours. I know that one. Made longer, of course, by the fact that it's turn-based combat and that their dialogues are quite long because RPG. But I have never finished it either. I got a decent at a decent place at one point when I played it, but then I ended up in an area where the environmental effects affected your AP, and I just rage quit. It was I did not have a good build for that area, but that was in the old game, and I haven't even gotten to that point yet in the enhanced edition, so I don't know if it's just still as bad. I guess I'll find out.
She showed us that injury and malady need not mark the end of life, but that through her methods we could ascend to greater life in service of the goddess.
What is the other way? One way, sorry.
For this hallowed information, you must seek an immaculate chapel. Go north, friend, through the forest and into the town of Silverglen, where all may be revealed.
Okay.
There, among her followers and friends, dwells the goddess's ecstasy, her one way.
Fanatics are kinda creepy.
Go on the path to the righteous, my friend. Forget not that the conduit has great plans for you.
He says he's an immaculate. But I thought they'd been banished after the death of the Source King.
Let's talk to the bartender.
Like corpses
What?
among necromancers go.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
Stay a while and listen.
He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great.
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could
Okay,
even
tell me about yourself.
Name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Cyseal drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now, but the King Crab's older than that by a long shot. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions asked.
How's business?
Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch.
I hope so. What do you know about the murder?
Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business.
Oh
you
my
know.
god. Tell me about the night of the murder.
That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman. Though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions. If you know what I
It's a good policy sometimes, but
She
not
came
when a
heavily
murder happens.
cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, It was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that.
Yeah, I imagine that one. Did you expect anyone?
Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake.
Well, you can tell me now.
Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it.
Okay, goodbye. Who are you, Novak?
Pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Who are you?
How curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business. And
To be
anyone
fair,
with
he
an
has
ounce
a
of
point.
tact would have known that already.
The build was what got me stuck. Haven't played the Enhanced Edition. They changed up a lot of the spells and the skills. And the story is also slightly different. Not in the main storylines, but like how you get to some things. It's some things have been a bit streamlined. Have been streamlined a bit more to like be less confusing, basically. Because sometimes you were a bit like, okay, what is this? From what I remember, at least. So, can you tell me about the Fabulous Five?
So you wrangled a position in the Fabulous Five, have you? I'm fairly brimming with enthusiasm at the prospect of calling you a partner. You'd better leave me undisturbed, or my emotions might just bubble over.
About my assignment?
You've been sent after Ahu's insane robot, I understand. Do you imagine that while you're busy being crushed by that abomination, I'll manage to get through a whole drink, distraction-free?
I guess so. At least free for me. Douchebag.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Oh, Madora. Let's go talk to her.
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
Who did you say you were?
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths with you Westies all that often, but it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired, or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your
And
side.
he's sitting here licking his crotch. I hadn't heard of a source hunter being assigned to Cyseal. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets! That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either.
Okay.
But ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say. But it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again.
I don't think their horns come off.
I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Cyseal. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward, and even in my finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom in the night. I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Cyseal hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in.
Me?
I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Cyseal for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the Counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
Okay, so you help us and we help you?
But it seems you've got all the help you need, haven't you? More's the pity. We could have beheaded 100 Source Yetis in the name of the Order.
What evidence of source in Cyseal have you found?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain.
Paranoia.
There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thaleron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Tell me about the feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade? Their kind can see in the dark. It ain't natural.
Okay, tell me about the mayor.
Now don't get me wrong. I think the mayor's a decent sort, even if he can't hear farther than the tip of his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, the old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law.
I already know that. That's no problem.
I suspect an illegal source artifact or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Cyseal, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Tell me about Thaleron. We haven't met him yet.
Seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker in splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions, well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead?
Good question.
Hardly the habit of an innocent healer, I'd say.
Let's talk to the Duke.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Tell me about yourself.
I am the Duke of Ferrell, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
Maybe. I've heard quite a story.
Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be.
It never is. Don't worry about that one.
Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
I found the love letter you wrote.
Which one? I've written, Esmeralda, more works of lyrical mastery than I can count. All that letter proves is my devotion to my lady, not any actual intention to do away with Jake.
What do you know about the murder? I already asked that.
It's very tragic news.
Yeah.
I won't posture and say that the counselor and I...
Okay, I'll take my leave. This is useless. Let's see. What is... Oh, this... Okay. Let's go this way.
What's this? I found something.
What is this? Tombstone? Can I not read it? No, I can't. Let's talk to the sheep.
I give milk. I give wool. And what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me. Especially that Evelyn. She's out to get me. I know it. Meh.
I'll take my leave.
Moo! Don't disturb Master Thaleron now. He's been so...
So, which of you is more deserving?
But if one were to reduce
Oh.
the quantity of skull dust by a percentage of 2, perhaps the stability could be increased by as much as 3-fold.
So, which of you is more deserving of life? Come, make your case.
That's good.
Oh, a source hunter. Imagine that. Quite a bit more petite than the last of your kind I encountered.
What?
Aren't you? Yes, by nearly 20 centimeters of tibia, as my memory serves.
Look, don't you trash talk my size.
No matter. Even if it couldn't spare its heartiest specimen,
What?
I'm sure the order sent the individual with the next highest probability of success. Yeah?
Size isn't everything. Tell me about yourself,
Me?
Dick.
Why, I'm more than a little surprised you haven't heard of me. Perhaps I can jog your memory. It was I who cured the Duchess of Arata of her unslakable thirst. A simple pinch of Atropa belladonna in her morning tea. I who discovered that aging itself can be halted by a single application of Cicuta Douglasii on the tongue.
I have my doubts there.
Not to mention that it's been my guidance that has permitted my apprentice Evelyn to make quite a name for herself around Cyseal of late.
So your apprentice has enjoyed some success?
Yes. If that's how we're referring to the secretive use of a revolutionary healing method she refuses to share with her own master.
Salty.
She's in the other room as we speak. Perhaps you can prevail upon her to offer a demonstration.
Can you elaborate?
She's gotten hold of a stone, supposedly capable of fantastic feats of healing, but she won't let me take the briefest look at it. But she claims to have gotten the relic from a little northern town, Silverglen by name, and that an abbot there blessed it with the power to heal. Utter rubbish, I say. But with these blasted undead haunting the travel routes, I can hardly march up to Silverglen to learn the truth myself.
Well, let's talk more about her.
Well, she certainly possesses a critical eye and an exacting manner when it comes to making difficult medical decisions. I expect she'll be a very successful healer in her own right when the time comes. She is learning from the best, after all.
Let me ask about
Certainly, what would you
Cyseal.
like
What
to
do you know about the murder?
The counsellor. Terrible loss, that. Though we were hardly more than acquaintances, I knew him to be a devoted civil servant. From what I can tell, it seems to be a simple case of jealousy turned violent. The affairs of his wife, Esmeralda, were hardly a secret, you know.
What can you tell me about the plague of undead?
I've applied myself to that problem for 2 years and still haven't come a step closer to solving it. I declare it an act of the Almighty's, if I believed in such things. Some events, Source Hunter, can be neither controlled nor understood by mere men.
Okay.
Stone. Interesting indeed.
Nothing sets me on edge like inexplicable magic. Excuse me? This is a private sick room. Who in the name of the seven do you think you are barging in here? Out, I say, right this instant.
No. Tell me about yourself.
I'm sorry. It's this task. I'm just... Who am I to meddle with life and death this way?
Continue.
I'm an apprentice of the healing arts. Healing! But this decision feels like precisely the opposite. I have but one healing stone, you see, and 2 direly wounded men who need it. I've been racking my brain trying to decide on the best method to settle this grave situation, but perhaps it's better off in the hands of an esteemed source hunter. Surely you are more accustomed to weighing life and death than I.
Well, tell me about the stone first.
Yes, a curious relic indeed. I got it from a kindly abbot, Loik by name, in the northern town of Silverglen. He is of a certain faith, the Immaculates they call themselves, that espouses the belief that certain stones can heal wounded flesh. I myself was nothing if not skeptical of his claims, but something happened as he handed me the stone. A small cut on my finger instantly healed, leaving no trace of the wound. Needless to say, I was astounded.
Astounded?
But it's strange. The stone is only good for a single use at a time before it reverts to a useless, inert state. It takes time to regain its magical properties, and I guard it cautiously.
Okay, tell me more about the
What
patients.
would you like to know?
Tell me about Boris.
One of the brave few willing to traverse the trade routes plagued by the undead. A young man, but excellent in matters of business, before he fell victim to an orcish club in the north, that is. Thankfully for him, a cattle trader found him, nearly dead, but not quite so, and brought him here straight away.
Well, Stephen.
Quite the venerable staple of Cyseal, Stephen, and recently blessed with his third grandchild. He was leading a crew of builders when a stray beam struck him in the temple, and only a few days shy of his last day of work before retirement, no less.
Really? Retirement?
Nearly everyone in Cyseal is familiar with grinning Stephen, and, as you can imagine, he's quite dear to his family. You are? I thank you a million times for your help. Who have you decided should receive the healing stone?
The thing is, like, from what... Growing up without a family, please, that is bullshit. Let's just go for the young guy.
Boris's life has just begun. We can't cut it short now. He should receive the stone.
Yes, Boris deserves to experience all the pleasures of life that Stephen has already enjoyed. Boris it is? Yes, I'll deliver the stone. I'm glad we'll get to save one man, but my heart breaks for the other. No, this is highly abnormal. What is this?
Yes, level up.
Corpse's troubled mind. Can't have gotten far.
Everything we do seems to fortify your abilities.
Let's work together.
I suppose your example has inspired me to reach heights I never before envisioned.
We love each other.
That inspiration hardly flows one way, my friend.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful. I'm feeling stronger already. 1,000 thanks to you, my hero.
What will you do with your life?
Waste the life you've given me. What will I do? What won't I do? Seeing how short life can be, how easily it can be taken from you. I'll see it all, do it all. And after I've climbed every mountain in Rivalon and smooched every girl who'll have me, I'll devote myself to learning the magic that saved me. Everyone deserves to feel the thrill of a renewed life.
And goodbye.
I'll see you around then. I'm liable to spring out of this bed at any minute.
Let's talk to Stephen.
Can't say I didn't want to live. Wanted it with every fiber of my heart. Not just for my own sake, but for my family, you know. Oh, my Matilda. What'll my
Look, it would have been... would have been bad
Enjoy
regardless.
what remains of your life, will you? Never know when it'll be snatched out from under you.
I know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Okay, abilities. Only one available? Then I'm not spending it. Then I need to wait until I get more.
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell.
Leech. I think I'll for the knockdown because I think that's.
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
There we go. Up next.
Sorry, friend. I wish there were enough stones for both of us.
Charisma.
I don't know what I did to deserve this, but I'm beyond grateful.
Also going to be waiting here. Or yeah.
I don't know what I did to deserve this.
Oh, can you stop talking, please? Non-magical. Escapist.
I don't know what I did to
The
deserve
range of
this.
spells.
I'm beyond grateful.
Know it all. I think I might.
I feel no pleasure in bidding you farewell, friend.
Mind.
Okay.
Can't have gotten far.
Because apparently, the counselor's wife. Wait, is something new here? Teleport pyramids, appended in the stone.
Sorry, friend. I wish there were enough stones for both of us.
The end of time.
Welcome back, source hunters.
Oh, well, thank you for your wishes.
You found another star.
And okay, thank you for dropping by.
Go on, ask me how I know.
Alright, I'll bite. How can you know? How do you know?
Mere child's play when you know what to look for, and luckily, I do. Do you remember when you first arrived on this plane? When the dormant portal that led us to this hall sprang to life? It's happened again, my friend. Another portal has reignited. The end of time is growing by the stone. It's all connected somehow. You, this place, the void, the stones. Soon we'll have unraveled the whole truth. Oh, how I do love a good mystery.
What have you discovered?
You don't imagine that I'd
What?
presume to explore it before you? No, 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 that would be most unmannerly. And not to mention, well,
Duh.
No, I'm sure it's nothing. It's just that beyond the portal, I sense well, a presence that I can't quite account for. It is at once powerful and faint. Perhaps only a shadow, perhaps more. But this is only speculation, of course. Come, come, let me show you the way. Once you're through, you'll be able to report exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay. Following you then. Oops, wrong. I wish I could run faster. Oh, it's right here.
What an impressive room.
So it is. A hall fit for kings.
You. It cannot be you. But it can only be you. The Guardians. Those I deceived. Those that deserted me.
What?
But oh, how weak you have become. As weak as you used to be strong. Look about you. You used to lead, and now you follow. Ignorant of your faults, and ignorant of your fate. That it has come to this. Woe to the world that it has come to this. He won't believe me, the fiend. But they have come, as I prayed they would. Could they save me yet?
Don't mind me while I loot everything. It just bothers me a bit. You know what? Fuck it. I'll ignore it. Ancient diary here. This is more important. My friend and ally, the war has been won. Our victory is now inevitable, a fact, a certainty. One might say these last battles we wage are therefore pointless conflicts. If the enemy won't relent, so be it. Truth to be told, I relish in their stubbornness. Give me the bloody combat, give me the thrill of the front line. I shall be the first to break their ranks and the last to leave the battlefield. But you've been absent lately. It goes without saying, I prefer to see you by my side. We shall meet again at the funeral, I suppose. Until then, I bid you adieu. That is somewhat weird. There was another one. Wait. Type. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's sort by type again. Do you have anything? No, you don't. No. Let's go to the ancient diary here. There. My fellow general, in victory life has taken an unreal turn. Everywhere I go it seems I'm revered, not unlike a god. People feel grace when I look them in the eye, considering it a blessing. Children try to touch my hand or sleeve, believing it will bring them good luck. The absurdity of it all is staggering. Above all, I wish I had more time to myself, some much needed peace of mind, now that peace is finally inside. Peace of mind. The closing of the coffin was seared into my side, the dull thud of stone on stone echoes still. You may relish in combat still, but I have lost all appetite for carnage. Oh.
Well, wouldn't you look fine with a strapping warrior at your side? Or is it mages you prefer? An eagle-eyed ranger? A stealthy pickpocket? Take your pick of my swords for hire. Of course, Chief. But maybe you ought to get rid of some of your old ones first. Never does well to sour one batch in sight of the other.
What? Oh. Food. Objects. Potential combinations. Oh, hello. Anything else here? Chest. Let's check out this chest. It's an empty chest. Was this? No, the one I have is better. And this way is ancient leather. Esteemed generals, all of Rivlin thanks you. All of Rivlin is in your debt. Gods and kings bow before you both, and it's right and proper that they do so. Even they had thought all was lost. Even they had thought all was lost. The world was to meet its end, but you turned the tide. Many have fallen, so very, very many, and I know you have suffered a great personal loss as well. Know, generals, that I sympathize deeply. So let us meet in the Hall of Heroes, both to celebrate and to remember, to honor the living and to honor the dead. Signed, Henry, son of William, righteous king of Ferrell. I guess the dukedom used to be a kingdom, maybe. Is there a chest here? What? Oh, this is... Okay.
Who do you think that creature in there was?
I haven't the foggiest. But the eerie bit is that she seemed to know us.
The question has me stumped, milady. Why
General
are there
Stale.
two of us? Two beings that record all of history parallel to one another.
That is a good question, Zigzags. One without a conclusive answer, though its resolution may lie in conception. Where you chronicle, I both chronicle.
Okay.
To see you on the
Let's discuss the room.
most certainly.
The great banquet. Let's talk about the room first.
Ah, yes, the Hall of Heroes. Once upon a time, great feasts were held there in honor of heroes graced by the gods themselves. In that room, mortals and immortals dined side by side. I can't think of a better place to gather new heroes, should you come across such rarities, so that when needed, they can serve you in your quest against the void.
Do you know about the lady?
Like you, she is a mystery. But she seems to know you, doesn't she? Perhaps you'll meet her again, and we'll learn more about her, and about you. Like the imp said to the ballista operator, shoot.
No, I'll take my leave. Let's talk to her now.
I serve our mission.
Let's talk about the room.
Threads I weave and tales
I discovered a great
see.
hall.
The threads tell me that once, oh, how many eons lie hidden in so small a word. Once, you strode across that hall in shining armor, a sovereign to all who beheld your might. I can clearly read that armies you have led, demons and dragons you have conquered, that you have ascended. But how can this be now that you stand before me a human, a mortal? How far has your soul fled from the being it used to be? New threats, more threads we need.
I met a strange woman. Can you tell me about her?
She is one whose history is shrouded in darkness. She is more than a woman, though less than a goddess. She knows you. You have wronged her. She is part of the end, though she longs to be part of endlessness.
Okay, that's it. Did I look here? Yes, I did. Okay. Wait.
How might I serve our mission? In the ethereal, the drift, except, it seems.
More
Ask,
questions.
and I shall answer, if I can.
If I'm not at all featured on
Quite
canvas.
so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I look, you cannot be found. I do not know you, which
Okay,
means
now I've seen
perchance
that.
I may be cured of this blindness. Perchance.
Okay, that's it. I'm not going to question them until they die. I don't think they would die from just being questioned anyways. Wait, I could just have done like this. Drunken North Gate, Harbor. I'll go to the harbor, but not now, because now I am done for the day. So, thank you for watching.